Hi, everybody. This is Lovelyn. Let me start by asking you a question. Whose permission have you been waiting for? Some of us have gotten into this habit of wanting to ask for somebody else's approval and looking for it. Sometimes it's in the form of asking for advice, and there is nothing wrong with asking for advice. But when you're asking for advice borders on asking for approval because you're not sure what to do, you're waiting for someone to say, yes, do this, then there is a problem in that. Whose permission are you waiting for? Is it a parent? Is it a spouse? Is it a boss? Some people are even waiting for permission from their children because their lives are so dependent on looking after their children and taking care of their children that they have lost themselves completely, and they're waiting for this child to give them body signals that it's okay to go live your life. So whose permission are you waiting for? Why? What is the reason you're even waiting for that permission? Is it because it is so important? Some people are waiting for permission because of the fear of failure. Here's the thing about failure. Failure is never the end. Nobody, well, I won't say nobody, but many people don't die because they failed. Many people have failed so many times. I have failed so many times and I am still going. I have lost a company and I am still going. And that in itself can feel like a gigantic failure. It can even feel like death. I know it felt like someone died, but you keep going. You keep going. You don't stop going. Because the only thing the fear can do is paralyze you. And the worst that can happen is that you learn from it. At least that's from my perspective. I don't let fear be the end of me. And sometimes people say you don't learn anything out of failure. Well, here is the thing. You can learn from failure never to do that thing again. I'm just saying. So it's all about your perspective. It's all about how you see it. Sometimes some of us, God has even told us to go. And that time we have heard the voice of God, but we are not sure whether it's the voice of God or our mind. And we're busy asking people. You ask James, you ask John, you ask Lucy, you ask that person, and you are trying to get everybody else. And you say, well, if enough people say yes, then it's confirmation that it's God. Like, seriously. God talks to each and every one of us if we allow him to. So why are you waiting for another person's approval? So the other thing is we don't have to always have it all figured out. Some people want every piece of the puzzle in place. They plan and plan and plan. And I did a video about over planning, over preparing, and paralysis from it. If you haven't seen that video, you should go watch it. But don't be paralyzed by your fear, by your over preparing. And there's nothing wrong with preparing. When you prepare, you should even trust that you are prepared. Some people prepare and they don't even trust in their preparation. They're still waiting for somebody else to validate them. You have to really look at yourself and look at your purpose and look at your vision and look at your goals and look at what is that thing that you're still waiting for somebody else to give their stamp of approval before you even do it. And ask yourself why that person's approval is so important. We can have mentors. We can have coaches. But these people are meant to advise and guide us. They are not meant to stamp approval on our lives. So we have to start taking some steps towards stopping this habit of asking for permission. Stopping this habit of depending on others for approval before we sneeze, before we do a business. We have to be careful that we don't hinder ourselves and we don't stop ourselves. We don't stop our progress. We don't stop our growth, because this is the thing. When you're waiting for someone else's approval and validation, you don't grow. You're stagnant and you are probably even going down because you're still waiting for this person to tell you to go, to tell you to start. And for us women, I have to say this because in the African culture, we're always waiting for our husbands to approve something. There are many women that have not lived out their potential because they're still waiting for their husband to approve it. We have heard stories, I have heard stories where a woman wants to do a business and her husband says no. And because of that, she stays at home. People don't even think, where will that family be? What are the heights that they can attain? What are the luxuries they could have had if that man had just allowed her to go? Yes, I use the word allowed because in that context, she wanted the approval. And to her, she felt she needed the approval. But we have to really ask ourselves and reflect on ourselves. Why do we need that approval? No human being is God. So we need to understand that. And no human being on this earth should hinder our growth just because of their egos. The moment you start understanding that, your life will start to change. So here are some steps that we need to take towards ensuring that we come out of that area of waiting for approval. So here is the first thing. Guess what it is? Stop asking. Stop asking for validation. Stop asking for approval. Get to doing. The next one is start trusting your preparation. I mentioned it earlier. You've prepared, you've done your research, hopefully. You have the information, yet you're waiting for someone else to stamp approval on it. You're waiting for someone else to tell you go. Now, possibly one of the most important points I'm going to make today, and one that resonates with me the most, is that obedience to God and my God-given purpose is greater, much greater, any day, anytime, than any singular person's approval. That's what it is for me. And I truly hope that's what it is for you. Once you understand this and you start walking in it, you start living by it, you will be absolutely amazed at the things that you can accomplish. Because then you start to truly walk in the knowledge that no human being is greater than God. All right, have a good one and stop waiting for approval. Cheers and bye.